These people came to our free yoga pain clinic to get help with their pain.
My name is Swami Nirmalananda, and this is our yoga pain clinic, and I'm delighted to welcome you here. And I hope to be able to help you with any aches and pains that you have. I hope you brought them with you.
Swarupa Yoga is a unique and powerful type of yoga for relieving you and freeing you from pain.
So, where do you hurt?
My name's Conti, and just lifting my arm up to say me, I'm getting this catch right in my rotator cuff. Either the ligament has pulled out or is irritating over a nerve, and same with the low back, especially the left side. And interestingly enough, I got sciatic the day before yesterday, before I was to get on the plane.
I've had this shoulder, frozen shoulder, twice. And it's been in the past 7 years, I would say, 2 different times. It's very painful. It seems to send pain up, and I get headaches just up the back of my head, this muscle that connects to my skull.
So this is her right shoulder. This is the one she's had a problem with. And I'm just going to go across the tops of your shoulders to see if I can show all of you what I'm seeing. I think I'll come from your collarbones across. Are they even and level? Right shoulder's higher. It's also forward like that. All right? Now, I can't really track down and show you, but that's happening because her rib cage is slightly curved. The ribs are contorted because your spine is twisted or pulled or compressed. So what we do with Swarupa Yoga is we look for the vertebrae that are out of line and look at how we can get them back into line. Now that almost sounds like chiropractic, but it's not. Because a chiropractor will push them into line, and we don't. We're not medical people. What we say is those spots where your vertebrae are pulled out of line, what's pulling them out of line? Muscles. Spinal muscles. So those spinal muscles are pulling, they're too tight. We need to release those spinal muscles and get your spine to line back up so that then your shoulders can line up and everything will work properly.
I'm here because of pain in my knees and in my hip.
Okay.
I do yoga already 2-3 times a week, but I'm not finding I'm able to get through the class without the pain. So I'm looking for a way to do yoga without the pain.
Are you walking, or they just hurt sitting? When do they hurt?
Well, if I try to go up steps or down steps.
Up or down stairs?
Up a curb, down a curb.
Okay. The realigning of your knees has to do with spinal tension. And when you release the spinal tension, what happens is your thigh bone, the thigh bones when they're tight, if you look at when I tighten my spine, you see that they roll in, right? And so when you release the muscles connected to your tailbone and your sacrum, what happens is your thigh bones realign, and then your knees realign, and then your knees will be fine. So I'm going to follow her shin bone up, and you'll feel a thickening of the bone at the top of her shin bone. And you go a little bit out to the side, and you'll feel a groove on each side of her shin bone. Go a little bit further out, and you'll find a bump. And then we'll see where her upper leg is. So I'm coming down her thigh, following her thigh bone, and is her knee straight? Is your knee straight?
So I had an ankle fracture, and that required some hardware. The pains I've been having are not only in the ankle, but in both feet and up the backs of my legs. So it's kind of like a sciatica.
I had this continuous pain in my feet in the past couple of years. And 3 years ago, I fell on my ankle, twisted down. And when I fell with all my weight on it so badly that when I was lying on the floor, I thought I for sure broke this ankle.
During last winter, I fell off a ladder and landed on my left side. I didn't feel pain, except for my organs felt like they had a whiplash because I hit so hard, but I was fine. But after a while, then I started developing pain in front of my left thigh and up from my left hip down the front of my left thigh.
I was doing a light jog and I twisted my ankle, and it really actually popped, and I was told upon evaluation that the muscle had pulled actually some of the bone off.
Across the top of our arch, can you see how they're different? This one is lifted more, this one is flatter, and it's kind of curving that way, where this one is lifting up a little bit. But if we look at her ankles, that's the front, that's the side. This bone, the front of her shin bone, compared to her ankle bone, on this side is this wide and on this side is this wide. So these bones are pulled closer together on this side. So that's the top of her kneecap on this side. And that's the top of her kneecap on that side. Do you see the differences? All right. So this whole leg is turned in, and you were saying earlier you can feel it all the way up your side. So now I'm going to go to your waist. So are those square and even? No. This side is pulled forward and in, just like your shoulder that I was showing. So she's got that in her hips. So do you guys. Yours are not square and level and even as well. So this also now will be in her spine. You can't just fix that spot that got injured. You have to fix the whole pattern that precedes it. Or you're only going to end up in that same situation again. So you have to unravel the pattern in order to fix the injury. And that pattern is in your spine.
And now we'll be doing a few poses called the Magic Four. These easy and powerful poses release spinal muscles. Swarupa Yoga is not an athletic form of yoga. It is slower paced. It works because it utilizes precision with compassion to provide spinal decompression from tail to top, which addresses 90% of the problems people have.
There we go. Feel your arm twisting?
Yeah, now. Oh, you know what? I just felt that in my thumb for sure.
Okay, check out your thumb.
Oh, my. Yeah. Yeah, so this is all, this whole area that's cleared up.
So I'm going to put my hand on your tummy just to brace you so that I can get a little pressure on your sacrum, just bone in your lower spine, and give you a little length on that side. What's happening?
I can breathe.
That was very quick. So her right shoulder's still forward, but her left one's much back and much wider open. So how are your rhomboids feeling in the back? Is there any difference between the two sides? What is it?
This one feels fine and normal. This one.
See if we can make this look a little more even. So she's longer through here on this side.
Can you feel anything? No?
Feel it up to like I'm at the middle of my, right up to here.
Getting up there?
Yeah, it's kind of up there now.
Oh, whoa.
What?
It lined up. Really? How does it feel? You want to walk around, see how it feels?
Definitely not as bad. Yeah.
It feels looser.
And it's looser.
Yeah, it's definitely looser.
And see if that side feels any different. Feels better? Yeah.
Visit our teacher directory to find a Swarupa Yoga teacher near you. Or order a CD or DVD so you can practice at home. Visit our website to see our free programs and our calendar of retreats and trainings.